They had one job. They had one job to fix the DarkPhoenix storyline for the shit mess that they made back in 2006. And they decided to give the work to the same bloke that made the 2006 shit. But this time he made it worse. I guess we're kind of having to thank because now Disney own the rights, and I wonder if Marvel Studios can fix this mess. Let's talk about DarkPhoenix. Hello you beautiful people, it's so good to see you all again. So I know I said that my DarkPhoenix review would be in Diving Deep style, which is the same style as the video that I reviewed for Godzilla King of the Monsters. But this morning I recognised there was a copyright claim against that video. I've disputed it because it was fair use. The video was created for the sole purpose of commentary, criticism and parody that falls under fair use policies. So I'm going to do this for now just to be on the safe side. Because this is completely original. This is my living room. This is me. Completely original. I can't steal myself, can I? Like this. So DarkPhoenix is the worst X-Men film to date. Don't know how they managed this, but they sort of took what they did before and made it worse. How does that even work? What irritates me the most out of this entire thing is that the characters, some of them act so out of character, it's unreal. Specifically Xavier and Beast. Xavier's just an arsehole in this. I don't know what the hell they were thinking. This is not what Patrick Stewart's Xavier would ever do. It goes against everything he stood for. I'm not going to help you out, I'm just going to bullshit to your face and lie to you all these years. That's pretty much what this entire thing is. What irritated the living shit out of me was the fact that they completely underutilised Quicksilver. Quicksilver had scene-stealing scenes in Days of Future Past and Apocalypse, and in this one, pretty much the only action scene you see him in is what you see in the trailer. He runs up a couple of floating steps towards Jean, and then Jean pulls the steps from underneath him, and then he falls over. And then he's out of it for the rest of the film. See, I don't think Sophie Turner is a bad actress at all, but for some reason I just don't think she fits the role of Jean. I mean, maybe this is just me, I don't know, but I personally thought that the actress that played her in the first 3 X-Men was a little bit better. For once, I would just like to see a DarkPhoenix film where the DarkPhoenix is completely full of rage. She's out there just ripping shit up. But then again, if they do that, then they're copying what they've already done. Plenty of things in this film don't make sense. Now there's aliens. It's like Fox just said, I'm completely out of ideas. We don't have a villain for the film because we already used the most powerful mutant in the world in the last movie and we blew it. So now we need just a completely random thing off the top of our heads. So we'll bring in Jessica Chastain. She's bland. How dare you? You get an actress like Jessica Chastain and you do fuck all with her. And Magneto's story arc in this does not make sense either. He's gone into hiding once again because these films seem to be like 10 years apart, although they don't even age. So how does that work? Michael Fassbender could go to looking like this in 1992 to 8 years later looking like Ian McKellen. Those were a hard 8 years, weren't they? Shouldn't have quit your day job. But it gets even worse when the action scenes aren't even that exciting. Final scenes filmed on a train and it's special effects. Then you've got one really weird montage of like these bad guys running towards Jean in slow motion. She's doing some kind of Matrix shit. Boom, turn to dust. Boom, turn to dust. Boom, turn to dust. And it was weird. But then it gets super weird at the end when Jessica Chastain finally shows up and she has a bit of the Phoenix power in her at this point. And I'm thinking, finally, are we going to get a huge-ass mutant battle here? No. They sort of hold each other, float around with CGI going everywhere like this. And then they both just disappear. Which leads to some contradictions of what happens in the future films. I know the timeline is different, but it can't be that different because the ending of Days of Future Past clearly showed Xavier still in charge of the school. But in this one, Xavier now retires and the school is named after Jean. And since Jean's supposedly gone now, how the hell is she in the future? Because there she is in Days of Future Past. You can see her right there. So for a final outing of Fox, they really didn't go out on a high note at all. But really, we kind of had them to thank. We kind of needed this movie to suck just so the rights would go back to Marvel officially, and then they can reboot the whole thing and give us the X-Men that we wanted. X-Men 1, I like it. X-Men 2, great. The Last Stand, terrible. Wolverine Origins, terrible. I like First Class. Days of Future Past was great as well. Apocalypse was crap. And this is just terrible. Oh, I forgot about Logan. Logan's good. Maybe it's time to pass the torch down to better writers and a better company that can make better films with better directors and just better everything. I think I will say I will praise about this film is that the acting is actually pretty good with what they're given, but everything else was just a little bit frustrating. I was not surprised that DarkPhoenix gets a big F, an F for fuckery. Wow, they've gone out on a real low here. But I'm positive about the future. But this kind of speculates, like, will New Mutants even happen now? I really don't know. Tell me guys, what did you think of DarkPhoenix? Down below in the comments, let me know. What did you think? This is the first video that I've done, which is unscripted for a while, and I think it's gone fairly well. I just don't have time to write a script for this one, so I just stuck the camera in front of me and just ran with it. But as always guys, I hope you have a fantastic day. If you're new to my channel, please consider clicking that subscribe button, ring the notification bell. I upload at least once a week. Remember, you are awesome. Take care.